Hello, my name is Faye Brightwell. The title of my presentation is Vivienne Cass and Homosexual Identity Development. So, what is homosexual identity development? Well, let's start from the beginning. Same-sex attraction used to be considered pathological, and the people in this group were called ill or sick in the mind. And doctors wanted to find a cure since this was considered an illness. Later in time, a new theory evolved. This theory is called Theory of Gay and Lesbian Identity Development. Vivienne Cass developed this theory in 1979. Dr. Cass developed a model based from her theory. The model is called the Model of Sexual Orientation Identity Formation. The former name used to be Homosexual Identity Formation. She gathered information as she studied and worked closely with gays and lesbians in Australia. It is during this time she identified 6 stages, which are identity confusion, identity comparison, identity tolerance, identity acceptance, identity pride, and identity synthesis. Before stage 1, there is a pre-stage. Dr. Cass states in this stage, individuals view themselves as heterosexual. They see themselves as being normal. Then perhaps the individual's view changes. Now self-conflict occurs because he or she now believes a view that is totally opposite from the familiar. From here, a person can remain at this stage or proceed to stage 1. Stage 1 is called identity confusion. This stage begins when one has an awareness of possibly being gay or lesbian. This stage is filled with confusion. The person is curious, yet anxiety kicks in only because of the very nature of one's curiosity. Questions arise. Who am I? Is it okay for me to have these feelings? There are many questions individuals ask about themselves. At this point, the anxiety and confusion can be so intense that one's major goal is to reduce discomfort. Here, one can be seeking tranquility or peace of mind. The second stage is called identity comparison. This stage only occurs when an individual has accepted the fact he or she might be gay or lesbian. Now, a person thinks about self-alienation. The second stage is very fragile. It's a delicate stage. An individual has just now accepted the fact that he or she may be gay or lesbian. One may not be ready or able to handle the pressure, opinions, or rejections from family, friends, or society in general. So one's actions may be to break off, separate, or withdraw from connecting with others. However, heterosexual identity can still remain at this stage. Moving on to stage 3, identity tolerance. Here the person has already accepted he or she may be gay or lesbian. There isn't as much confusion and anxiety in stage 3 as it was in stage 1. An individual has now become more confident in the new view or way of life. Because of this, the removal from isolation may occur, and now an individual is seeking out other gays and lesbians. Spending time with other gays and lesbians is a way to be able to learn and determine more about their quote-unquote new identity. Identity acceptance is the fourth stage. An individual's confidence in their identity is a little more stable at this point. Relationships develop with other gay and lesbian. It is decided to whom and how this new identity will be presented. Stage 5 is called identity pride. The focus is people with the same views. There is very few contact with heterosexuals. The person is committed to and involved in their new identity in stage 5. Identity synthesis is stage 6, which is the final stage of development. Individuals are now secure with their identity and not ashamed to display their new identity with both the LGBT community and the heterosexual society. So what are the strengths of the CAS model? It wasn't until the late 1970s that the focus shifted away from same-sex attraction being viewed as an illness to a broader perspective of development identity. CAS's model was one of the first theories or views to be accepted by the LGBT community. This is a huge strength because it is a more open-minded perspective instead of labeling one as being ill. The model's strength is wrapped in its ability to be sensitive and compassionate about an individual's sexuality. Does this model have any weaknesses? Yes, it does. The weakness of this model is the fact that not all lesbians, gays, and bisexuals progress through all the stages. In 1983 through 1984, CAS made it aware that individuals develop their own identities at their own pace. Therefore, this model cannot be applied to every single individual, resulting in this model's weakness of not being a solid foundation in the development of one's identity. How does this apply to diverse student population? Well, most students experience the comfort of quote-unquote coming out in college because they are away from home, local friends, and family. This model helps people evaluate their feelings. They are able to view the 6 stages and see how these 6 stages applies to them. I believe this model can help them understand their feelings and thoughts and the fact that their thoughts are normal and that they are not alone. Family members can use this model to support and relate with their gay or lesbian family member. Counselors, instructors, and fellow students can practice displaying an understanding and non-judgmental spirit by having an awareness or comprehension of CAS's model. As for the individual themselves who think they may be gay or lesbian, this model can give some type of foundation or guide to help them understand this new journey in a minority group that lives and is surrounded in a majority world. Here are my cited references. Thank you.